Want better for your life. Look, you're watching this because deep down, you know that you need to take action in some area of your life where you're not taking action in right now. And I'm glad you're watching this because I'm going to help you on this one. I'm going to remind you of a couple of truths that you know in the back of your mind, but it needs to be right here, right here. So, number one, your fitness, you need to get in the best shape you can. Because I tell you why. Look, the way you look on the outside is a pure reflection on what's happening on the inside. Straight up. Now, mind you, there's no, uh, you know, unforeseen circumstances that has happened at birth or an accident that occurred. I'm talking about, you know what I mean, right? The way you look. Now, I'm talking about specifically your fat percentage. Now you might say, Randall, you are really obsessed over this. I want to I want you to enter my mind on this one for a second so that you can see the angle I'm coming in on this one. Because maybe you haven't heard being said this way. Your fat percentage is a sign of how much you've let yourself go in your diet, in your habits, and in your life. But Randall, I'm successful and I'm overweight. Okay, you might be successful financially. But if you are unable to walk up a flight of stairs without being out of breath, and this is not me fat shaming, I really want you to really get to grips with what I'm saying right here. Because I really want you to live an optimal life, right? Now, not all of you is going to take my advice, and this is not for all of you. This is for you that wants to really live optimally, being able to go have the money that allows you for location independence, living wherever you want, doing whatever you want. If that is what you want, you got to listen up to this. I want you to drop your fat percentage. Now, I know, especially us as men, we want to be bulky, we want to be buff, big, because we want to have that. But if it's coming at the expense of having an unhealthy body fat percentage, then you're doing it all wrong. I at least want you to be able to see some form of visible abs, some form of it doesn't have to be shredded to the nines. Be between, be under. I'm gonna be very generous right now, but be under 16 to 17% body fat. Now, this is all dependent on height and a lot of other factors. But if you are the average height, 5'9", 5'9", I want you to be in that range, if not less. But don't go over 16, 17, 18, 19. Stay in the range, between 15 and 17 max, right? Get your body fat percentage down. Because I tell you what's that going to do? That's going to increase your testosterone levels. And as a man, your testosterone levels are the key to you living an optimal life. It gives you the passion, it gives you the drive, it gives you that motivation. And of course, all the other benefits too. You know what I mean? So it starts with you really taking grips of your body. If I see someone that has a high body fat percentage, it's very much a sign, if there's no other medical issues going on, it's very much a sign of self-control. If I see someone overweight, like very much overweight, the probability of them watching porn, having other vices like alcohol, weed, or gaming is very high. Now, of course, you can be shredded and also have those vices, but I'm just saying the probabilities is so much more. So I want you to get to grips with your body fat percentage. And I want you to work on it like your life depends on it, because it does. And we've spoken about this in previous videos. You can have all the money in the world, and money could be given to you. But a body is, you've got to you've got to work on it. That's why when people see people with a lot of money, they might think, he's probably a drug dealer, or he probably got it illegal. But when you see someone with a good body, okay, mind you, they're not doing steroids or whatever. Even if they're doing, steroids, they could. You've got to put in the work. But besides that, when somebody sees you with a good body, they can't deny that you had to put in blood, sweat, and tears. So, in other words, the respect is given. But Randall, I don't care about the respect of others. That's an issue. I'm not saying that your whole life has to revolve around this respect of others, but you've got to have your self-respect and the respect of others. So don't let people fool you into thinking that you're living as an island and you don't need other people's respect. You've got to have both yours and others. So number one, get your body fat percentage and go on Google, type in your age, saying, hey, what's a healthy body fat percentage for, a 38-year-old male, um, 5'9", 5'10". It will give you some ballpark figures. Even better, going to one of these fitness clinics, doing a scan, and they can share with you, hey, this is where you're at right now and what a healthy percentage should be. I did one here in Halifax about 2 weeks ago, and it costed around $70. So I want to encourage you, do something like that, or in your local gym. Sometimes the local gyms, like Good Life over here, they've got the machine where you can stand, you go on there barefoot, and it shares with you what your body fat percentage is. And you can even ask some of the personal trainers. They can also share with you what you now need to do, or what is the best parameter for what your demographic is. I'm rambling on. You know what I'm trying to say, right? So number one, your fitness. No? Number two, your mindset. And this is in no particular order. But your mindset is so key, and I tell you why. Your belief system is your life. The way your life is right now, it's a reflection of your belief systems. What you believe up here. So, for example, if you believe money is bad. Now, many of us, when we hear that, many of us are like, no, I don't believe money is bad. But let's go a bit deeper. When you're scrolling online and you see somebody with a nice car, and be honest with me right now, many a times what happens is when we see someone with a nice car, we look at it, we compare ourselves, and we say, nah, this guy's showing off. I'm just going to swipe past. You had an option there. You had an option to like it or not to like it. Many of us don't like it because there's envy, there's jealousy. Now, I'm not saying you got to be on social media and like everything, but that is an example of how your psyche is. And I had to catch myself because on TikTok, there are many of these luxury pages, many of these rich lifestyle pages where the quality of the videos is so great, it's so good. And I would look at it and I would go by and I would scroll past it. And I'm like, look, if I want that lifestyle, why do I have this reaction? It's almost like a blase leaning towards, they're just showing off reaction. Why don't I have a reaction where I see it and I'm like, and this is what I do now. I see it and I'm like, yep, that's myself one day. Yeah, I like that. I like it. Boom, I like it. Now, of course, I don't like every video, but my instinctual reaction now is that's where I want to be and I like it. I'm not going to have this negative reaction to it where I'm blase to a negative reaction. You see, a simple principle, and I'll definitely do another video on this, but a simple principle is what you don't like, you repel. What you do like, you typically attract. So if you look at these pictures and you are negative about it, that is not going to come into your life. Let this sink in. Let this sink in. It's not going to come into your life. Do you think something you don't like will make its way into your life? Nah. So let these 2 points sink in. There's much there's so much more that we need to do, but these 2 points are 2 things we can act on immediately. Your fitness, getting that body fat percentage down, and number 2, being very conscious of our mindset of what our relationship is like with money and seeing wealth. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and know that we are not here just to survive, but we are here to thrive. And until next time, peace.